you have not discussed anything. You have just told that afterwards you will discuss about that.
And it's not okay, stay connected. We will connect.
Okay,
I mean, that will have to be 1v1, right? I'll not discuss it.
Board is responsible for something, and any person making a mistake can
open
take
this
the
thing.
whole summary
So,
down. So it is not the commanding
Okay.
officer made a mistake, so the
yeah.
summary saying. It could be a junior most sailor
Definitely. I
was
mean,
supposed to open somewhere else, but
in
did
the
not
next
open it
2-3
properly or
days,
did not shut it properly, and so
you give me
summary
a
mariner has to be very
message.
conscious of it all
Then
time.
we
Okay,
will
sir.
connect. All right.
I may be
Definitely,
the
sir.
junior most, but what I am doing is also very critical for the safety of the
Yes.
submarine. And
Who's this? Rakesh Dangi. Rakesh Dangi, good evening. Yes, Rakesh Dangi, can you hear me? And Gaurav, when is your next attempt?
My next attempt is on 30th March 2023, sir. FSB Mysore, sir.
FSB Mysore. Okay.
Second FSB.
ठीक.
Sir, from same board I have been rejected previously.
Okay. So you have selected the same this thing. You could have selected
Yes.
another board.
Actually, the thing is that, sir, I was having some exams. So due to that only, last date I've got in FSB Mysore only.
Achha, that was the only
Only
slot
last date
available.
after March. Yeah, sir.
Okay, fine. It's okay. Nothing, not much of a problem. But yeah, anyway, I think you need to connect with me to sort that issue, right?
Yeah, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay. And who is this? Vijay Nandhyani. Yes, Vijay, how are you?
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind. So how's everything?
All good, sir.
Okay. क्या है अभी? What is the date you said?
Sir, my SSB is on 17th December.
7 December. Okay. And your what? What's your qualification? BTech.
No, sir, MCA.
Okay. And this is for which entry?
Sir, I have on 7th December is for Army, and one more is there is 17th November for Navy.
17 November for Navy. Okay. So 17 November to aa raha hai abhi. So that's what
Yes,
Navy. What SSC? What is it? Non-tech.
Sir, IT.
SSC
IT.
तो इसमें MCA is admissible, is it?
Yes, sir.
इसीलिए तुमने MCA किया है.
Yes, sir.
So good. And okay. Right.
Sir, yesterday only I was discussing the same thing with ACM Raha, sir. Actually, he is from my
school.
Yeah, actually he was our schoolmate only. Means he was lot senior from us. He have passed it from the. So I have got to play. I have got an pleasure to meet him yesterday. So he was asking the same thing about my previous SSBs and all. So he was also telling me to have guidance from some of the experts about
Don't
that
worry,
particular
don't worry.
matter.
We will, because see, your case is slightly, एक थोड़ा से unique है. So you need to understand that, and
Yeah, sir, definitely.
we will see what can be done, right? But that needs to be addressed. Chalo, okay. So I'm just sharing my screen, and the agenda for today is just to open out and seek your opinion on the different kind of SSB guidance that we can offer to you. Okay. Okay. Can you all see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, the purpose of today's session is to discuss the different modes of SSB preparation and what is it that suits you. Okay, that is, I think, important, and I would like to have a feedback on this. So, let me first welcome all of you on behalf of Train4SSB, welcoming all defense aspirants. You know my background, most of you, but just in case somebody who's new. So I am Group Captain Rajesh Pandey, an Air Force veteran. I graduated from the National Defense Academy. I have put in over 31 years of service in the Air Force. I have been a former interviewing officer and done over 4,000 selection interviews at various selection boards. Been a former head training division at Defense Institute of Psychological Research, which, as you are aware, is an institute where all the SSB tests are made, right? Whether it is the TAT, VAT, SRT, ST, the group testing, all the tasks, all the 9 tasks. So they are primarily, cleared there, and then the interview template, the OIR, right? All these things are made there, they cleared there, and importantly, the basic training of the assessors, whether it is the interviewing officer, it is the psychologist, it is the GTO, this is carried out in the training division of DIPR. So, since I was the head of training division there, I've had the privilege of training a very large number of senior officers from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Coast Guard as interviewing officers, and also overseeing the training of GTOs and psychologists. Because of my exposure in the field of interview, I've been consulting on interviews. And I've also been a resource person for discussing on interview as a selection tool at the Staff Selection Commission of the UPSC. And of course, I'm your SSB mentor. So this is my pick with the present Chief of Air Staff. So this was during the last Air Force anniversary, 90th Air Force anniversary. Okay. So अगर हम बात करें different modes की, so different modes can be classified as these, right? First would be an totally online mode where you get to learn about the procedure of SSB and various question answers through recorded videos. Okay, so इसमें कुछ न कुछ तो हम वैसे करते रहते हैं off and on SSB guidance. I keep posting these videos here, but they are not structured, right? So what I am planning to do is take out also a structured kind of a course, which will give you an idea of what is the procedure. Now that will be useful for those who are freshers, right? Very useful for freshers. Those who don't know anything, right? Then is a online mode, जिसमें recorded videos with some live classes, right? So there are certain things that you learn through the recorded videos, and I mean the procedure, etc., the theoretical part of it, and then one may have some doubts. Now, if those doubts can be cleared during the live classes, okay, and live classes will be something what we are having now. Right? It can be on Zoom, it can be on Google Meet, where we have the advantage of seeing face to face each other and listening to you, right? in some of the training modules, of course, we just chat. We can't talk, right? But here we're going to have this in um, a Zoom or Google Meet or some kind of a platform where we can also see each other and talk to each other. Okay. Then there is a totally an offline mode. Offline mode is you've seen a lot of institutes, academies who are conducting this, and unka generally say about 2 weeks to 3 weeks is the normal SSB preparation. Of course, if it is combined with the written, then of course it continues for longer. But normally it is 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, which is totally you spend about 5-6 hours every day, and आपको काफी एक कंसंट्रेटेड डोज जिसे हम बोलते हैं वो आपको दी जाती है. Now, उसके advantages भी हैं और there are certain disadvantages also. Advantages, of course, you in a short time you are able to cover a lot of things, and the disadvantage I would say can be something like your absorption rate. आपको नई नई चीजें बताई जा रही हैं, आप उसको प्रैक्टिस कर पा रहे हो कि नहीं कर पा रहे हो, एब्जॉर्ब कर पा रहे हो कि नहीं कर पा रहे हो. नो दीज बिकम थोड़ा सा debatable or doubtful issues. How many of you think that you can learn everything in say 10-15 days? If I may ask you, how many of you think, if you think you will be very comfortable in offline, just give a thumbs up or some emoji you can use. Now quickly, all of you, please. It'll help if you respond. You can put in the text box. Helpful in GT task, yes. Okay. What about others? Okay. So let's come to the next mode. Next mode will be a hybrid mode. A hybrid mode is a mix of online and offline, right? So online may the entire process or uska some practice. Offline will be your mock interview and GT, especially the outdoors. Or it can be a full GT also, right? So now you tell me out of A, B, C, D, right? What are the two modes you think around you would opt for? If given a choice, you had this choice, what are the two modes? A, B, C, D में से कौन सा मोड आप चूज करोगे? B and D. Okay. B and D. D. Okay. Right. So obviously, ये सारी options हैं. Now here, when we are talking of say hybrid में one thing is that online तो जो है वो सभी के लिए available है. Whether it is Gaurav Ghosh from Purulia, or it is Shubham, or it is somebody who is from NCR, है ना? लेकिन जो आपका offline, usko how practical it is for somebody to travel. Now I'm looking at an option. I have not just finalized. I'm just looking at an option. It's all courses. आपका B, C, not B, C, it will be B and D, right? These will be approximately 1 month duration. Okay. Now, depending on the people, we will see how it can go. The numbers would be restricted. इसमें D में the numbers will be definitely restricted because it involves interaction. Even in B, as and when I start, I'll have restricted numbers, right? Restricted candidates. It can be anything between 20 to 25. Right. Now, when we are talking of D, now D may say 3 weeks can be online, and about I'll not say 1 week, say approximately 5 days, right? 5 days can be offline. Okay, so this is what I have in mind. Now, when we are going to start this, let me see. We will have to take a call. So we will be covering your screening test, right? We will be covering the stage 2 and stage 2 OLQ test वगैरह जो पूरा होता है, right? Most of these things can be covered in the online classes, right? Where they can be interactive. The rationale of these tests, the explanation, what all is there in the test, and certain things can be even practiced, right? Interaction, जैसे हम बोल रहे हैं, through those live classes, and certain things will be offline, right? Now, जो offline नहीं कर पा रहे, उनका we will see what how best it can be ensured, right? एडवांटेज इसका यही है कि अगर आपको एक ऑफलाइन का भी ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है, यू विल गेट दैट हैंड्स ऑन थिंग जो ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज में अवेलेबल नहीं है. सम पीपल फील कि यस हमें एक ऑफलाइन का तजुर्बा होना चाहिए, राइट? यस ऊर्जा, गुड इवनिंग, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good, sir.
Chalo, so bad luck, this time?
Little bit, sir, and I also didn't perform. I think in group discussion, I didn't perform well, so that might be the reason.
Okay, no problems, no problems.
Yeah.
I hope there's not too much of an echo. Yeah. So what I was saying is, yes, we have the advantages of online and offline. So one has to see कि इसको आप क्या आपको best suited है, right? But I would love to have a feedback from all of you, right? Bipin, have you been able to share that survey form? Yeah, which I said, इसमें आप you can choose any 2 modes, whatever 2 choices, personal 2 choices. You can put in the comment box, or there is also a survey. I think we will be circulating. You can respond to this survey. Other than this, what I have realized is, SSB की आप तैयारी अच्छी तरह से कर लेते हो, but then what happens is, your information, you are, let us say, very keen on joining flying. So you have been preparing for Air Force. and suddenly you find that Air Force may, for some reason, you've not been able to make it, and अभी आपको option है to go for Army or Navy, right? आप Navy के लिए जाते हो, लेकिन Navy के बारे में आपको कुछ पता नहीं है. Then what happens, right? So we have had cases recently in which two of the students who had no idea about Navy, so they benefit from this, एक military service knowledge के बारे में मैं बात करता हूँ. So information about the Navy, right? What are the different branches? Which are the different training institutes? About the service, about the life in service, right? So in this case, what I have been doing is, I've been interacting with a lot of veterans, defense veterans, right? In a series called Find Your Laksh. So इसमें information about different arms and branches of the Army, Navy, and Air Force. This is some kind of a podcast with defense veterans. This is the link, which is a playlist. राइट इस प्लेलिस्ट को आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो एंड उसमें से फिर यू विल बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट वेरियस experiences. Now this is just a glimpse. Like if you want to learn about flying training, so there is a video with me in conversation with Air Commodore R.V. Kumar, who's been a veteran flying instructor and a transport pilot. Then Air Force may, if you want to join ADAM, ground duty is non-technical. So what is ADAM branch, right? ADAM branch may, there is an administrative branch, there is a air traffic controlling, there is a fighter controlling. So I have interacted with Air Marshal Rana, and he has discussed in detail his experiences, challenges, etc. life as an ADAM officer. As also as a fighter controller. He's been a fighter controller, so he's discussed about fighter control. Right? Then we have had a Vice Marshal Khatri, R.K. Khatri, who has talked about the life as an accounts officer. How is it? What are the role or duties of an accounts officer? Which is a very, in fact, unique opportunity for the accounts branch people. Because this is only available in the Air Force. So this is in two parts. Then air traffic controlling. I think some of these interviews are there. Life of a submariner. So there are plenty of these. You will find. This जैसे यहाँ पे आपको दिखाई देगा in conversation with Air Marshal BPS Rana, and these are very I would say useful or informative videos. How many of you have been able to watch any of these? You've been able to watch this? Okay, Narendra Sharma and Shubham. Okay, so how did you find them? Yes, Shubham, how did you find? How useful, Narendra?
Sir, when I saw that videos regarding that flight controller and Adam officer life of an, then I saw that it was wonderful session, and I learned very much about how the Indian Air Force work as a ground duty. Because as an aspirant, we all know that many of us will join flying branch, or we are
Yes.
preparing for flying branch. But we, from that conversation, we also learned that apart from flying branch, there are also many various branch, which is very wonderful for us. That was for me, sir.
Yes. No. Normally, what I find is that this much of a detailed information is not available on the net, right? And here it is the defense veterans who have so much of experience. They are discussing this. So a lot of more such conversations are coming up. You will have very shortly. What about life as a engineering officer in Corps of EME, right? Let me just cover some of the things that we're going to have further. So upcoming जो है life as an engineer in core of EME, right? The same thing in core of signals, core of engineers, right? So we go to have in Army Aviation. Then we're going to have about ASC, Ordnance Corps. In the Navy, we're going to learn about life as a logistics officer, life as a engineering officer, right? Life as an observer, naval aviation. Naval aviation, we can have fighters, transport, helicopters. The same thing, something like this, we are going to also have in the as far as the Air Force is concerned, we're going to have about fighter flying as a test pilot, transport flying, right? Helicopter flying, and logistics, meteorology, right? All these things are going to be there shortly. I'll not say that it will happen in a week or two, but yes, over a period of a few couple of months, you will have a lot of these information, which I'm sure is going to be very, very helpful for all of you. Yes. So yeah. So what do you feel about this? Right. So the dates I have not finalized when I'm going to start these classes as far as the SSB guidance is concerned. Definitely, it is going to start by somewhere around the middle of this month, maybe around 15th, 16th of November, right? And thereafter, we're going to have a lot of sessions where small guidance tips. That will continue. इंटरव्यू के लिए अगर आपको एक अलग कैप्सूल चाहिए इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन you can have that. You want some offline GT, you can even think about that, but of course you'll have to come here, but I'm just trying to work out on the details, right? But yes, all this different packages are going to be available now. Some of them definitely are going to be paid ones. How much that we will work out? I'm yet to work out on those details. Yes, Sanam Singh, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
Yes. So your friend has arrived?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Good. Or when is your SSB?
Sir, next month, 5th December.
What December? 5th?
Yes, sir, 5th December, Bangalore.
अच्छा, तो बैंगलोर घूम के नहीं आए अभी तुम?
ना सर, बैंगलोर तो हो गया, घूम लिया, हर सेंटर घूम लिया अब तो.
So we'll ask your experiences of different centers. Huh?
Definitely, sir. किसी और को हेल्प हो गया तो फिर तो क्या ही बात है.
Yeah. So, मतलब as a candidate, tell me, all of you can just give me one. Which has been your best experience as far as the center is concerned? Your experience out of the some of you may have gone for more than one SSBs. So what do you think has been your best experience as far as the the overall atmosphere in the center is concerned? Yeah, all of you, please. I mean, if you can just put it in the chat box. Because I must learn something from you guys also, some feedback. Yes, Sanam, batao. Difficult choice.
सर एसएसबी तो बहुत हो गई हैं बट आई थिंक माय बेस्ट एसएसबी वुड बी द वन आई गिव इन कपूरथला 30 सेकंड एसएसबी बोर्ड
So,
one of
Kapurthala.
yes sir
Okay, good. Ashish?
Sir, I would say, so my naval SSB, sir, at Bangalore.
Naval at
Last
Bangalore. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Gaurav? Gaurav
Sir,
ne
I
ek hi
have
diya
got
abhi, is it?
experience. Yeah, sir. One only.
So how was the experience? How do you think? You
Actually,
learned
sir,
something?
yeah, I learned many of the things from that particular experience, sir.
Hmm.
But I was surprised when I was being called alone for that particular thing.
No, there is a provision. There is a provision. एक SSB में हमारा जब टेस्टिंग होती है, so there are certain technical instructions. So all this thing is guided by that. So there is a provision there. Okay, in case there is some kind of a doubt, the psychologist can call the candidate for an interview. There is a provision. It is done very, very, I would say rarely. I mean, chances बहुत कम होते हैं. But yeah, there are cases where there is an opportunity given to the psychologist to actually see a candidate. Otherwise, psychologist never sees a candidate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Amarjeet is all ears. Good, you must be. Narendra, you've been to some SSBs?
No, sir. Fresher, sir.
Fresher. Okay. Urja.
Sir, I've been to Allahabad and Bhopal only till now. But yes, Bhopal I've been 3 times now, so that's the only SSB that I like very much because that
Familiar
got
हो
me
गया
my
बहुत,
first
हाँ?
recommendation. Yeah.
Familiar भी हो गया. Yes, and if you get recommended, there's nothing like it. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
तो तुम लोग बैडमिंटन मैच वगैरह नहीं खेलते हो सनम एंड ऊर्जा एंड वहां पे?
सर अभी तो नहीं, मैं भोपाल में नहीं रहती, नहीं तो हम डेफिनेटली जरूर खेलते साथ में.
अभी
But
तुम जा रहे हो
college में
नेक्स्ट
yes, we
उसके
have
लिए?
played.
अच्छा, अभी यू जस्ट बीन देयर, राइट?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that is it, guys. So do give your feedback, right? So there is a lot coming your way from this channel, right? In terms of information, in terms of guidance, and interaction, right? So your suggestions are welcome. If you would like to suggest anything, you can put it in the question box, or you can just speak out quickly. I mean, that's the basic aim, is just to share my thought process. Yeah, and of course, stay connected. That is what I can say. Stay connected, and we will definitely have a fruitful association. Okay, I can assure you. And feel free to ask your questions online, offline, whatever way. Okay. Chalo, that's it, guys. So nice talking to you all. Look forward to more interaction with you guys. Thank you very much. Chalo,
Thank
Jai
you,
Hind.
sir.
Thank you,
Jai
sir.
Hind, sir. Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.